All right. What's going, everybody? What's going on, everybody? This is Brother Devin, and I'm doing a late night spiritual blog here, and this right here is some quotes that was channeled and written through me from both Lucifer, Black Goddess Lilith, and then we have another quote from the god Baal, as well as Mother Lilith again on the last quote. So this is for, excuse me, this is for Ashe. This is for, these messages are for spiritual Satanists. I myself happen to be one. I want to give a hell Satan. I want to give a 6 side. I want to give a 9 side to all the spiritual Satanists out there. I want to give a grand 13, grand 666, and a great number 4 to all the spiritual Satanists out there. To the spiritual Satanists, A- Ave Satanas, and to the black spiritual Satanists, I want to say Ave Negrio Satanas. All right, all right. So here we go with the philosophical quotes from Lucifer himself, and the first quote says, "Don't murder, protect. Don't kill, defend. When something needs removal, be the remover." Lucifer and Goddess Lilith. I forgot to put her her first name towards the end of that. I'll fix it later. The next part is when it comes to punishing when it comes to punishing and punishment, don't punish for power. Punish for peace and justice. All right? Because it's funny it's funny I shared that because you have a lot of people in in the political field, in political office, that when they capture somebody that's a terrorist, you know they don't they don't they don't they don't they don't punish out of they don't punish for for peace and justice. They they punish for power and greed. And you have a lot of you have a lot of politicians that do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it should be. Okay, the next quote comes from Father Satan himself. All right? It says, when having a sword, use it for survival. When fighting for the safety of your humanity has value. Guard your sword with all your heart and might. This is referring to the Second Amendment. This is referring to the Second Amendment. And as you know, I'm not going to say any names, but there are people in power that don't want you to defend yourself. And if you do defend yourself, they want you to have a small handgun with limited ammunition. I myself am a Second Amendment supporter, and I think that is a huge problem, and that needs to be addressed. And not only does it need to be addressed, something needs to be done about that, because no one should violate our right to protect and defend ourselves. That's a problem in my book. All right. This next quote comes from the black archetype of goddess Lilith, and I have a picture of her. I will. I'll show that picture within this video. All right. So stay tuned for that. Excuse me. Mother Goddess Lilith says, "To destroy for nothing is outsanity, and it's murder. But to destroy and cause destruction for probable cause, now that's showing power." Now, when she said that destroying for nothing is outsanity, we had to first understand what outsanity is. Okay, so of 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 a few years back, this was before I became a black satanic pagan and a black spiritual Satanist, and that I was taught about the words insanity and outsanity, and basically they were uh, eso- esoter- esoteric meanings, and what those and what insanity truly means. Now the government's definition of the word insanity is to be out of tune and out of touch with humanity and reality, or human existence itself. But the esoteric definition of insanity is actually inner peace. And outsanity, or to be out sane, to be out sane means to be out of touch. Yeah, to be out of touch or out of tune with yourself and reality. And it's also outer peace, and we all know what outer peace is. It's outer chaos and physical destruction, death. You know. Okay. Um. So this next one comes from the black avatar of goddess Lilith, and she goes on to say, "Souls of the right hand path kill for pleasure. Unco- un- Souls of the right hand path kill for pleasure, uncontrollable power, and unspeakable desire in the name of their God. Souls of the left hand path cause destruction and cause destruction for removal, peace, and justice." And we all know the meaning behind that philosophy. I gotta, I want to do this live and direct. Forgive me, y'all. Hold on, I want to do this live and direct, just for y'all. Hold on, we gonna go back. We gonna go up to this quote now. Y'all see me edit that, right? Y'all see me editing this. Okay, we're gonna because and put the word cause there, because that's actually the word that I was trying to use. And so when as I was typing, I didn't realize that there was a spelling error there. So now y'all know that I've changed it. Okay. So there you go. No issues. All right. Okay. The next quote comes from the goddess Lilith, and she says this: "Sexual pleasure is something sacred, so use balance when sexing. Don't give too little and don't give too much. Use your sexual prowess to heal and fulfill. Don't don't use it to obtain moral power over someone else. That's considered abuse." And that comes from Goddess Lilith herself. Hail, Black Goddess Lilith. All right. The next part is, this comes from Goddess Lilith as well, and she states, "To love unconditionally is freedom. Sex is the only expression of freedom. When you can love without unnecessary judgment and negative criticism, and nobody is bothered by the desire, that's erotic oneness." So this basically, this quote right here, uh, it 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 it, it basically it, it basically means that sex is sacred, but it can also be a tool to express one's love and happiness for someone, even their joy, because we were all made we were all made from unconditional love. It is mankind that says that, you know, you're a human, you have all these conditions, and you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. No, nah, that's 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 bullshit. Why why do we have freedom if if we're having all these terms and conditions and things like that? This is why we won't really be free until the year 35,000. Okay, and I'm not gonna live that long to witness that. I'm gonna be happy when we when we have it. Me watching from the celestial realms. Shit. Who knows? I might come back again. I said I might. I'm not confirming it, but I might come back. But then again, maybe not, because I really hate humanity. I literally mean that. I hate being a human, but I have work to do here, so I'm not gonna complain too much. I'm gonna be grateful. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go to the next part. But before I go to the next part, I want to make a note of the last statement within this philosophical quote, and it's that, you know, sex. Excuse me. Sex is. I was too loud. I got someone sleeping. Okay. My bad. The screen went out. But my bad. But 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 yeah. what I've learned from the goddess Lilith philosophically is that sex is actually supposed to unite people, but see people use their uh, genitalia in in ways that is causing division between two or more souls, and it's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to use sex for positivity. This is why I'm going to be promoting sexual positivity once I find those individuals that actually practice that themselves, because you have very you have very few people that practice it, and then you have those that are what's the name? You have those that are indoctrinated by re- religion, political views, even what's crazy, philosophical views. But I'm getting a message from the multiverse right now, and they're saying that change is coming, and liberation is happening, but slowly. And that I agree with 100%. If we can go from slow to fast, that would be better. You know what I mean? Okay, so the next part is souls with disabilities are humans too. Who are you to not give them love and light and life? Without any inklings of care, if you were in a wheelchair, walker, cane, or a crutch, are you still not human? Remember the platinum rule. Treat others how they want to be treated. Keep ignorance out of the equation. Ignorance and prejudice is not an option. This is very simple and easy for me to explain. As most of you already know, I um I am a black, physically disabled black man born with cerebral palsy, and I've recently gone through some discrimination uh, online. Um, I'm still dealing with it today, especially in the music industry. I um I was told by another black rapper that I don't I don't deserve to be um I don't deserve to be in the music industry simply because I'm disabled. Like y'all, like no bullshit. I was literally told this on on Instagram Live. I I wish I would have recorded it so you all could see that this rapper was talking about me, and instead of me outright telling you who the rapper is, uh, you'll be hearing my mixtape soon, and I'm gonna openly tell you who that rapper is that discriminated against me um, over a year ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I still like his music. I'm just not liking him as a person right now, but overall, um, the celestial forces, both lower and higher, what what they want people to recognize and acknowledge is people with disabilities. We're human too. We have a voice too. We want to be heard. You know what I mean? I have a friend that I went to school with right now, and she was nominated for for Miss Wheelchair Pennsylvania 2023. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous how we get discriminated against because we're disabled, and you know we don't deserve that. You know, people get so shocked by me because when I talk, they be like, you don't even sound like you have a disability. You sound like a regular person. And I'm like, yeah, if you really get to if you really get to know me, you'd be surprised by not just what I know, but the things I can show you. You know what I mean? I'm human just like everybody else on this planet and people in social media. So, all I ask is for respect, and for you to display the 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 platinum rule. Okay? Treat me how I want to be treated. And as you're doing that, treat me and others like me with respect, because you'll you'll never know. You could be entertaining either a god or a Luciferian angel. But for real though. Okay. Next quote. It says, I'm just gonna go to the top. Oh, and lastly, I want to say, um, ignorance and prejudice these days is not necessary. You already got people out here, especially government officials, killing us left and right. They'll they'll even they'll even violate a handicapped person. I seen a couple of videos where handicapped people were protesting. Yeah, handicapped people were protesting, and one cop was sitting on a handicapped person. Other police officers were pulling handicapped people out their wheelchairs, hurting them and stuff. It was ridiculous. And then and then one handicapped person got accused of selling drugs, and he was just in his brother's car, waiting for his brother to come back from the residence he was in. And they pulled him out the car, and his shoe fell off. That's sad, bro. The videos out there now. If you find it, check it out, man. It's ridiculous, man. And it's not just able-bodied people getting mistreated by police. It's also able-bodied folks who happen to be disabled too. I've never been um, treated like that, and if I was, I'm one of the citizens that fight back with knowledge. If I'm assaulted, I'm defending myself. Fuck out of here. Okay. But if I don't have a weapon in hand, I'm gonna exercise my bill of rights, and I'm I might sue. I no not I might I may sue police if I'm ever physically assaulted. You know what I mean? So, I want to say this. Even though my grandparents are gone, my my mom is the daughter of two police officers, and I'm the son of a daughter who had grandparents that were police officers. If you assault me, I'm exercising I'm exercising my rights. Yeah, I'm exercising my rights, and I'm suing you straight up, just like that. All right, so so let me see what we okay. All right, so the next few quotes is, "We are all one in soul and spirit. Our knowledge and truths may differ, but our souls and spirit all come from the same sources." People in the New Age community say, you know, all truth and all knowledge come from the same source. No, when you use that word, be 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 holistically truthful about it. When you're saying everything comes from one source, you're you're referring to one source as if it's all one religion. No, there's many religions. I gotta charge this phone in a few, so let me hurry up. But yeah, is basically saying that we are all one in soul and spirit, but our knowledge and truths may may differ, because the reason why I say that is because you know DNA DNA wise and anatomy wise, you have people that are dark skin and black. You have people that are light skin. You have people that are light skin and black. You know what I mean? And you know, black black people, us as black people, we see things differently than our white Asians see things. You know what I mean? So we might be one in in soul and spirit, because we're all made up of this. We're all made up of the same celestial avatars and embodiments. But yeah, it doesn't mean that we're all one in in body, because if that were true, we would all be the same exact race, and that is that is a that's a myth. that that we can be all one in body. So we are all one in soul and spirit, but not everybody will view both individual truths and divine truths the same way, because if that's true, then everybody lives under the same colony, and we don't. All right, this is why people are different. This is why culture is different. Okay, the next few quotes, the the next three quotes, I'm just gonna read, and you'll just have to find the philosophical meaning out for yourself, and then I'm gonna show the picture afterwards, and then I'll be done. All right. Okay. So the next quote goes, You are all co-creators existing and living in creation. In divine truth and divine understanding, there is no separation among men and women experiencing the same truths. Okay? Now the now the now the next two quotes come from Mother Goddess Lilith. Alright? So the quote I just read to you came from the god Baal. Alright? I don't have time to explain his quote to you. Just figure it out for yourself. Alright? Alright. Mother Mother Lilith says, unconditional love is an illusion and only applies to those who have the same beliefs and opinions as another. Otherwise, unconditional love is just a mere thought in someone else's imagination. The next quote says, unconditional love only applies to those who have the same beliefs, point of views, and opinions as other souls do. And that also comes from Mother Lilith. Alright, and last but not least, this is a picture of Father Satan himself in his Nordic European avatar, if if he was a human. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end this this spiritual blog, and this is Brother Devin. Remember to remember to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment on the video. All right. Peace. 6 side and 9 side, baby. I'm out. Okay, what's up, everybody? Once again, this is Brother Devin. This right here is a picture of the black goddess known as Lilith. All right, and she has a skull head, and the skull represents life and transformation as well as transfiguration. Okay, but anyway, I want to add on to the quotes that I shared, and I want to say that the great Mother Goddess of Darkness, Mother Lilith, she's not she's not totally against unconditional love. It's just that in her philosophy, her perception is our unconditional love should be based upon self. And what do I mean by self? I mean each other's, those of us who are part of certain and specific particular communities such as the black community, okay, we 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 want to love everybody else but each other and our own. We have to learn why we need each other, why we're important as a species in the black community and as a race, politically speaking. Okay, as black men and women and children, we we are all one under under the same gene pool, under the same biological umbrella. Okay, so she's not totally unconditional. She's not totally against unconditional love. What she's saying and what she's asking from black people is, if it's not really an illusion. Unconditional love can be made possible if you learn to use it on yourself in individually and as a group. But you've been told by social media that unconditional love is taboo. And the next spiritual blog I make, I'm going to be talking about unconditional love again, and I'm going to be giving some examples of how a person can use unconditional love, right? And why it's important to the black community. I'm even going to meditate on it. I think that'll help me even better. And I think the goddess Lilith agrees. But yeah, the reason why I'm doing these videos is because I felt it in my heart chakra to do it. I tried to upload another video that I had before, but I'm gonna have to redo that video, because the government the government doesn't want me talking about uh, gold bone and gold bone thug culture. So I mean, regardless, I'm gonna get my message out there, whether it be through YouTube or Rumble. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a damn what y'all talking about, and you know who I'm talking to. Damn it! But anyway, yeah. So she's not totally against unconditional love. She really doesn't see anything wrong with unconditional love. It's just from her perception, to to love everyone who are species. What she's saying is to love everybody different from your own species. That is the illusion, because you have people with different beliefs, different political views, and also different philosophical views. Your philosophy, excuse me, your philosophy is what makes up your psychology, and what you believe psychologically. That that determines how indoctrinated as a human you are. You understand? So I want to make it very clear, when I read that quote that Mother Goddess Lilith said that unconditional love is an illusion. It's it's really not an illusion. It's not. What she's saying is, it's impossible for us to love everybody when you have those mere mortal humans that join these subcultures, and they're taught to hate everyone. So no, we are not one in the sense of being equal, but we can be one equally in 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 spirit and in truth. And here's another thing: people even in the celestial realms, whether it be lower polarity or higher polarity, you can learn a truth up there and say, I disagree. I don't want to learn that, or I don't want to accept it. It's the same thing. Even in the underworld, I'm hearing it's like that. So so yeah. Um, you're you're only equal as to your own kind, Mother Lilith says. But no, the this idea that we all can be one and we're all equal, that's a lie. That's an illusion. She says a big illusion. That's a big illusion, if if that was true, all of us would be white. There would be no such thing as a black race if we were all one, and we would live as equals. No, we'll never live as equals. We can be like minded, but as long as racism and prejudice is on the earth, well, you could forget about being equal. You know what I mean? It's too much white power and white pride going on. Too much in this black power and black pride going on. Now, I'm not saying that I'm against black liberation and all that. I'm not saying that. I think it's a very great idea, because we've suffered the most as black people in America today. But what I'm trying to get is that the only way we can come together in harmony and in truth is through our spiritual and celestial truth, because you know, as Bobby Hemmett would say, I can feel the spirit of Mother Lilith, and she's saying, "Go ahead, babies, say it, encourage it." As Bobby Hemmett said, this shit is over. So, as far as far as us trying to save humanity from from an unconditional love point of view, you might as well forget it. It's it's over like Super Nintendo. Game over, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? you lucky if you win as two player. But that's not always the case. Am I right? All right. So this right here is a painting of Black Mother Lilith. This book actually comes from one of the the great the Great Mother Goddess books. I actually forgot what the book is called, but it has this picture, another picture of Lilith like this, and then it has other goddesses in it, like Aset, the Virgin Mary. It has Mary Magdalene, etc. And I'm actually gonna buy that book. I gotta get that info from my friend, and I'll start doing lectures and stuff from that. But yeah, this is one of the pictures. I got another one. All right, check this out, and then I'm out. Y'all, peace. 6 eye.